everybody wants to back away from the exercise and the eating healthy and all this kind of stuff. The bottom line is that's the only way it's ever going to be long lasting. And guess what? You have to do it. You have to do it. I mean, right now I'm currently in a situation where I'm walking living proof of what happens when you stop doing it, because I've let myself in these last 2 years completely fall off on the nutrition wagon, which is why I'm on this like mental, like just so diving into 21 Day Fix Extreme Countdown to Comp Plan, because I'm done. I'm over it. I'm done half. I'm not going to say the word because there might be kids. And so I'm just done. I'm done only putting in half the effort, because if half the effort, I might as well just pick up some plexus and I might as well just pick up some wraps and go, okay, well, I guess I'm done. Because the bottom line is that it can't, the exercise has saved me. There's no doubt about that. And the Shakeology has saved me, because I probably should feel really lousy, and I don't feel really, really lousy. And I know it's because of the Shakeology, and I know it's because I've still exercised. So yeah, it's a huge lifesaver, but I don't have really good results because I slack on the nutrition. You know, like drinking a 24-pack of summer shandies and then eating pizza with your husband at midnight isn't going to get you the 6-pack that you want. So not that I really need a 6-pack, but I'm just saying, like, you know, so anyways, but yeah, it's just, it's in the approach. And I think that too, I don't think there's a need to downplay that it takes work. I don't think there's a need to downplay that, because that's what all the other people are doing when they're like, well, just wrap it and just take a carb blocker and drink a drink, a pink drink, and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And they're downplaying the fact that, like, you have to bust your butt. Like, you have to. You have to. So, but I don't want to take away from everything. So if anybody else has anything that they want to share, I'll do that now before I keep going.
You're good. Go for it.
What? You're going to make me still talk? Okay. Just kidding. No, but I just think that I kind of shared, actually. Well, I not kind of shared. I did share in the beginning of the call, Amanda, before your internet came back, that how we were just kind of talking about, like, when someone gives you a compliment, and like, just let that be the door that opens up the conversation of sharing with people that you are putting in hard work. And this is what I'm doing. And because of this, you know, no matter how many setbacks we might have, in fact, I think that I'm going to brave it tomorrow and share my pictures that I shared in my challenge group today of what I look like. And I'm going to share about the simple fact that, like, I had a setback, and I had a moment, lots of moments of lots of weakness, because we're human. But the difference between what I'm going to do in 21 days versus what these people are going to do in 30 days is that I'm going to have super awesome results that are going to be sustainable. And I'm going to be able to keep going. And I'm not going to have to buy anything else, because everything I need, I already get. I only need Shakeology. That's it. I don't need anything else. And all I need is the food that's in the grocery store or at the farmer's market, because I don't need anything else. I already have my containers. I already have like 10 programs sitting in my TV drawer, because I have variety is the spice of life, you know, or we have and I have the on-demand option. So, you know, I mean, I am pretty much close to having an entire library of Beachbody, like almost every program. But I think that there's just something to be said for that. And I think that leading your conversations that way, you know, I think it's okay. You know, if someone gives you a compliment, you tell them, thank you. I've been working hard. And just tell them what you're doing. You don't have to wait for them to ask you. If someone tells you that you look good, or they're inspired by you, or I don't know, there's lots of things I feel like that people say sort of, you know, on a daily basis. Let that, like, I think I'm guilty too sometimes of wanting them to just open that door just wide open. And not everybody wants to really just let you in. they're just cracking the door. Here's the thing. If someone cracks their door, okay, at least this is how I am, or like if I knock on a neighbor's door or a friend's door and they sort of open that door, I come closer to the door because I want them to open it for me. I want to come in. And so I feel like when someone opens that door by giving you a compliment or telling you that they liked your post or whatever, that they've just opened the door. And I know I've been guilty of just saying, oh my gosh, thank you. That means so much to me. And I leave it at that. Well, that's not going to get me anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. I don't know how many of you guys have done that or if you've been guilty of doing that, but like, if they're cracking that door, you gotta, you know what? This actually just like, this is a conversation. I didn't even know I was going to go here with this, but this actually makes a lot of sense. If they crack open that door, you've got to make them want to open it even more. And the only way that I feel like people are going to do that is if you're honest with them and you share with them. And here's the best part. Like, they opened it, so go for it. Tell them what you've been doing. Don't wait for them to ask. They've come to you because that means they're following you. They're watching you. They're taking notice. They see what you're doing. So if they're willing to crack open that door, then I don't think there's anything wrong with us wanting to get our foot in there, you know, and have that conversation with them, because you never know where that conversation could lead to. So don't be afraid. Accept those compliments, because we do work really hard, you guys. I mean, we really do. We work really hard for ourselves, and, you know, we work really hard for other people too, because we want them to know that it does take hard work. And all of these things, they're going to phase out. I feel like it's already happening. You know, It Works hasn't come out with anything new in a while. And I see a lot of people that just really complain a lot about not getting results. And that every single post an It Works distributor makes is because somebody else made it and they took it and they copied it and they shared it out. They're all the same. They're all the same. I don't really know, like, Plexus is like, I don't know a lot of people within Plexus. I just know this, like, one girl from church, and she literally just, like, shares this link to her page, and it's like, hey, it's coming out, I'm so excited. Get yours today. And I'm like, oh, that's riveting. Like, but she comes to me for Beachbody programs. And they have 17 million different coffee creamers in the refrigerator that they drink on a daily basis with their multiple cups of coffee. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just one of those things. But she can't get the results. This is the other thing that's funny. I've watched this. I've let this girl borrow. I've watched her do 21-Day Fix. I've watched her try Body Beast. I've watched her she's tried multiple programs, and she is getting 0 results. But it's probably because she does Plexus. So I think that's kind of interesting. So, I mean, like 0. Like, no. I think maybe once she lost like 4 pounds. And there's just nothing, I don't know. So I just think it's interesting. Okay. But that was, I don't know, I guess I just wanted to maybe kind of end with that. You know what I mean? Just take those compliments, because you guys, you do work so hard, and we don't have to be perfect. And setbacks are good, because you can't have a really solid killer comeback without one. So, I mean, the way I see it is that, and I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to share everybody's names, but in our team, and not just in our team alone, but in our upline teams, there are multiple coaches that are in the same place that I'm in right now, a place of just falling off. And, you know, it happens to everybody. I mean, it really happens to everybody. We do not need to be perfect. Coaches are not, being a coach doesn't mean, again, nobody wants you to be a fitness model. People want you to be real. And as hard as it is to share the really just rough stuff, it's worth it, because that's generally what people either need to hear, want to hear. You know, there's lots of different ways that you can look at it. So it's okay. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying this because maybe telling it to myself too as I'm saying it out loud. Like, I've had a major setback and it's okay. Like, my mom came over and took my measurements tonight and I wanted to throw up. I was like, oh my God, is this my real life? But again, and I know what's going to happen once I dial in the nutrition and get back to the basics of knowing what I need to do. My comeback is going to be killer. And that's just going to open up all new doors of people that are going to be like, dude, seriously? I want to be with you. And I'm going to be like, obviously, yeah, that's how it's going to go. So just so you know, that's what's going to happen, everyone. And if you're like me, that's going to happen to you too. So, but anyways, all right. I'm actually going to try to type, I don't know when I'm going to get all of this stuff typed up. I would love to tell you that I'm going to have it done by tomorrow. I would be lying to you if I said that, because I have actually a lot of stuff that I need to get done that I haven't gotten done. So the kids spend the first half of the day sleeping. So there's other stuff I have to catch up on, but I am going to at some point get this typed up so that we have it in a file so that you can kind of just go back. And, you know, not that I want you guys to waste a ton of time. Don't go to the Herbalife site. Whatever you do, just don't even go there, okay? Because it's just so, like, it's ridiculous. But Plexus is actually very easy to get into if you just want to take a peek at the 17,000 products that they think that you need. It's super easy to shop. And it works. It's fairly easy, too. But if you just want to get an idea of, like, just the crap, like the endless list of stuff, that has really no purpose. Don't waste too much time in it, but it might be good for you to just take a peek because it's pretty funny. You could literally spend thousands of dollars on Plexus products. It's like insane. I mean, I know Beachbody has a lot of stuff too. Like, don't get me wrong, like now with the performance line, but like at least the performance line serves a purpose, like a legitimate purpose too. You know, I mean, that whole Iron Man thing, like that blows my mind that like Iron Man came to Beachbody and was like, whoa, like your stuff, like they wanted to get in on it. I think that's amazing that like they're going to collaborate. Like that tells you something. You know what I mean? Like what, Joe Montana did something for Advocare, I think. Joe Montana doesn't take Advocare. What? He's a millionaire. He's personal trainers. We all know that. Like, football players are not drinking Spark before their game. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's not happening. So, you know, I mean, come on. It's just funny to me. It's just funny to me. So, yeah. So, I will do that at some point. And, but yeah, I think this was just good stuff to know. So, when you're breaking down that price for people, you know, just remind them, this is, I mean, this is stuff that they own for life. I tell people that all the time. When they buy that program, it's theirs forever. So when they do have that moment where they fall off and they want to go back to it, it's always going to be there. It's always going to be in that drawer. It's always going to be there for them to grab. So remind people of that, you know, let them know that. So, all right, if nobody else has anything to add, I will stop talking so that we can continue on with our daily lives.
I just have like one quick thing, Erin.
Yes.
You know, as we're talking about this, something that's come up with a couple of people I've talked to is a lot of them have been at the point of their doctors and stuff being like, you're going to have to go on blood pressure medication, or you're going to have to be on this, or you're going to have to be here. And the one thing I have always said to them, because these have also been people who've asked questions, well, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Could I get a program and not do Shakeology and instead do Plexus or whatever? And the thing that I always come back to them and say is that the medication is a Band-Aid. I mean, there are some people who have like genetic predisposition for high blood pressure. Like,
right.
Yes. And that's the case. But if it's simply weight related, which for a lot of people it is, or high cholesterol, it's weight related, whatnot, or diet related, that's it. The medication is a Band-Aid for a problem. And those plexus and those other things are no different than putting a Band-Aid on a problem. And, you know, that will never be under control truly until you make the hard change. And there was a girl who bought a program from me in August, and it has taken her until now to get to the point where she had to have her gallbladder out to get to that point where she was like, okay, like I have to do something about this, and nothing else besides changing my nutrition is going to make the difference. So I don't know, that has been a helpful thing to point out to people. If you're at the point where you can have like a frank, honest conversation with them and they've come to you with their medical issues, I think it's completely viable to say, this is no different than you are slapping a Band-Aid on a grenade wound at this point.
Yeah.
And you need something that's going to heal you wholly from inside, and none of this is going to do that. But what will do it is changing your lifestyle, which is what Beachbody is about. And I always tell people, like, Beachbody will not tell you to just drink Shakeology and all your problems will go away. They will not tell you that. And I value that marketing very highly, because yes, can you just drink Shakeology as a meal replacement and lose weight? Yep, people do it all the time.
Yeah.
They tell you it's part of an overall wellness plan. And that's like what you have to present to people at the same time. The other kind of random thing is just, I think I had messaged you about this earlier, Erin, but like the one that I'm getting all the time now from people, specifically people want programs but want to do something else. Before it was just like, oh, can I just buy whey protein at Costco or whatever? And I was always like, well, okay, so that's just the whey protein. You don't know how it's sourced. And like we talked about that. Now it's these two things that are being promoted heavily on Facebook. And one is the 310 shakes. I don't know if
oh God. Yes.
And the other is the Ideal Shake / Ideal Shakes. They're everywhere. And they've got these like really like, well, okay, 310 is, I think, being marketed. I think they have like the teen mom people endorsing it, if I'm correct.
It's
like
all the reality
from Jersey Shore.
Yeah, it's all the reality stars.
I'm dying.
Is what it is.
I'm dying. So like that's the 310, but the Ideal Shape, they do it with like these girls that are trainers, and they put them up there and whatnot, and you know they have them sharing recipes and you know in their fitness workout stuff and whatever, fine. But like a lot of people are saying, oh, I want to go with that because it's only $40 for the 30-day supply. But if the second you get into it and look at it, it's the same thing where they say, well, you can't just have the Ideal Shape. That's your meal replacement, which you need to do 2 a day. They tell you to replace breakfast and lunch with a shake and not supplementing it with any add-ins, okay? So it's just the shake, which is essentially just a protein shake. There's not a whole lot in it. There's an appetite suppressant, and the protein shake. And then they tell you, okay, for your snacks, you should order our bars, and that's what you should be eating. And then you eat a light and healthy dinner. And that's it. And that's another recipe for disaster. So people will probably start asking you about those because they're being marketed so heavily. And these girls, when they go in and respond, their trainers or whoever they're paying to act like the trainer or whatever, go in and respond to people, the first thing they do is say, well, we're better than Shakeology. And they're using that as a marketing technique. So just be aware that that's out there. But the second you start adding it up, because they tell you to buy the meal replacement shake, which is the $40 or whatever, and you're supposed to do 2 a day. So there's 30 servings, but really it's only 15 days, okay? Because it's 2 a day. And then they tell you need Ideal Lean, which is their post-workout protein. It's their version of Recover, which is not anything except more protein. And then they tell you need BCAAs. So by the time, and I'm not like, yes, if you're doing weight training, you do need BCAAs, and that's what Recover has in it. But this is 2 separate products. And by the time you add all that up, plus the bars, you're spending over $160. So it's not like it's any cheaper. And I just like, and they're doing the same thing where they're marketing it with like a cookies and cream flavor and everything else, like where they're trying to make it seem like no problem. And they're offering like free 15-day fitness challenges. And I just want you to be aware that it's out there, and they're marketing it toward women our age and younger. And that's definitely how they're playing that. So just so you're aware that it's out there.
I have a girl in one of my challenge groups. It's like my ongoing, like I have like a bunch of people that are just kind of in it. And she did the Fit Mommy Blogger, who's the big one out there, her Fit Mommy workout and this is the part that kills me, is it was a 25-minute workout, but she was struggling to do 30 minutes of 21-day fix. So, but what they do is they give you a free meal plan, like Lauren said. But the problem is that in that meal plan is protein shakes, lean bars, and all that stuff. And people comment on it and they say, well, do I need this? Do I need this? And they tell you no. So it's free and they let you in the group. But then guess what happens? You don't get the results. And that's exactly how they do it. They're very, I mean, really, yeah, if you're looking at like from a marketing standpoint of skis balls, they're probably top notch. Like they might even be sneakier than the wrap people, because the wrap people get you with, oh, you just need 4 wraps and a lot of water. Wait, what? No, you want me to buy all of that stuff? Like it's, yeah. Yeah, I have seen that, because there's this one that shows up all the time in my newsfeed, and I'm just like, I keep telling you to stop putting this stuff in my newsfeed. I don't want to see it.
Right. Yes.
Jay Stanford, one of her videos was a kind of a compilation of all of her coaches talking about how they kind of deal with objections and things. And somebody said, instead of, downing or bashing, because we don't do that, I don't want to do that to people, I give them kind of the red flag words and told them, like, if you see that you want to try something else, look for, and gave them kind of some flag words that should raise some concern, because, we're not all protein deficient, so it can't just be protein. Kind of broke it down a little bit like that. So I thought that was kind of a little less aggressive, I guess.
Yeah.
And kind of a soft way to go at it, instead of saying, like, this is full of crap, and,
I would love to actually take that approach personally. Like, I would just like to be like, I think I keep forgetting that these are recorded and they're going to go on YouTube. So I need to be careful. But I just also like, there's the honesty factor, and then there's like the offensive factor. And obviously we don't want to offend people, which, I mean, I know I've done that in the past plenty of times. But you're right. She has done that. And that is a big one to lead with. Like, I don't know of anybody who's protein deficient. Like, there's enough protein in the foods that we could buy. Like, you don't really need protein shakes. Like, you just don't. So, I don't know. It's just, I mean, it depends on what you're going for, obviously. But the majority of the people, I think, obviously, that we deal with, like, we're not dealing with bodybuilders. We're not dealing with people that are gearing up for competitions. There are people out there that are great for that. That is not our job. Body Beast can help people do that. But again, that's like a whole different ball game. So I don't think it's really anything we need to get into. But yes, Stanford does do, again, I mean, everything that you need you can find in her Shakeology 101, and then it's like Shakeology 2.0. It's all on YouTube, but it's just very long, but it is worth watching. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I think, are we good? Does anybody else have anything to add?
I think we're good. But thank you, Erin, for doing all of that research and going through all of that. It's just nice to have like data to put with what people ask about. And if the objection's truly financial, it's really good to know all that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole, did you want to say something?
No, when you were talking about them buying the programs, that's what that girl did for me. She bought the 21-day fix, but she's keeping her Herbalife.
Yeah.
And she's actually, I went through this whole thing. I mean, I sent it to you, like, this whole thing that I was going to send her, and it wasn't bad. I just explained the differences, what Herbalife had, what Shakeology had. I mean, I know she didn't read it because it was like 10 seconds later, she was like, I'm a Herbalife distributor. I just need the workout program. And I was thinking, okay, like in my mind, I was thinking, no, what you need is the whole package because you need my stuff because your stuff doesn't do it.
Right, right. But see, here's a nice thing about that though. Granted, like, okay, you're right. You know she didn't read it in those 10 seconds that she responded, but it's there. And there's no doubt in my mind that she did not go back and read everything that you wrote. So, I mean, maybe she didn't read it right in that second, but again, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Like doing Herbalife, and I can picture it now. I can already tell you what's probably going to happen. She's going to look at that meal plan. She's going to see that Shakeology counts as a red container. So she's going to think that her crummy Herbalife shake is going to count as a red container. Then she's going to come to you and she's going to want to know, like, she's still hungry and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And it's just, again, it's an open door. You know what I mean? Like, that door is already opened. She's going to be seeing your stuff all the time, which is kind of what I told Nicole. I was like, it's okay. Let her sit back. Let her do her thing. But she's going to be following you because she's going to have to get a program from you. And you're going to have to check on her all the time. So
I'm trying to see if she's going to come into the challenge group or not. I don't know if she's going to do it, but we'll see.
Listen, you just put her in it. No, I'm just kidding. No, but just you put her in that challenge group. No, but I mean, absolutely. You should put the challenge group for her because, no, those are the kinds of people. That's the thing. It's like I always make sure that I put those. Oh, hi.
That's Aaron.
Aaron?
And then that's Amanda.
Oh. Hey, isn't it today? Is it happy anniversary?
It is.
Your anniversary today. Happy anniversary, guys. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Nicole, you'll have to keep us, well, at least I know I want to be. Like, I want to know what happens with this girl.
Yeah. I'm curious to see when she answers me back what she's going to say.
Yeah. But you know what? Even if she doesn't go in the group, here's the thing, is she's one of those people that you put on your list that you check in on once or twice a week. You know what I mean? Like, you constantly check in on her. You know, just it's always going to be about just making sure that you're okay. I just want to check on you, like all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Because then that just really drives it home. Like, this is what I'm focused on. I'm focused on you and your results. And, you know, I mean, because really you are, you know, and you do care. So definitely, though, she's one of those people that you're going to want to keep tabs on for sure. So, but all right. Sorry, we talked for like way too long. We said like 10 minutes and it's been like 20. So.
It's all good.
Okay. All right. We'll end this one. And if there's anything from this that you guys want to pick back up on, like, well, we have our July calendar set, but we can always make adjustments if we have to, if we think a topic is super important. So don't worry about that. But yeah. So anything else? And we can always just do videos in the team wall too. So there's always that option. Share stuff in there as well. All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. And yeah, we will just keep in touch on all this and the team wall. So thanks for getting on.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
All right. Bye.